Due to some technical difficulties, I forgot to start the recording and did 2 matches. So as you can see, there was a Extreme Rules 2-on-2 Tornado Tag Team match between Beer Money and the Arrogant Assholes, EC3 and The Miz. That match was a hellacious match, going back and forth, numerous finishers and near falls exchanged. I watched the match, commented the whole thing, but realized I hadn't started my stream. So I'm going to give you a little bit play-by-play on that match, since I didn't record it and there's no way to go back. So, numerous finishers exchanged, numerous weapons used, mostly a sledgehammer and a chair. The Miz and Bobby Roode were both busted open pretty quickly. Bobby Roode was busted open via, 3 skull-crushing finales and a 1%er by EC3. The Miz was busted open by a couple last call super kicks after James Storm kicked him in the face numerous times. As you can tell, I'm a little upset. I was actually doing pretty well in commentary in my mind, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, that was match 1. EC3 and The Miz, the Arrogant Assholes as I'm calling them, picked up the win. And in our next match, we had a Fatal 4-Way Cruiserweight Hell in a Cell match. This match was actually fairly short in comparison to the previous one. Sorry about that. We have Paul London taking the newly RPW made superstars Paul London and Phoenix joining this matchup, looking to just secure our cruiserweight division with some great competitors. The match was, of course, fairly quick, as I previously stated. Some good back and forth action, of course, from these 4 gifted cruiserweights. The match ended after if they were a tag team, it was a brilliant combo. Ultimo Dragon was hit by Paul London's shooting star press off the top rope, but then Paul London, instead of going for the fall, decides to break up Marty Scurll and Phoenix fighting. Well, Marty Scurll knocks Paul London out, and then Marty Scurll picks up Ultimo Dragon, locks in that beautiful crossface chicken wing, and Ultimo Dragon, the best cruiserweight of all time, was forced to submit. Great match. If possible, I would show you guys what happened, but I can't do that. So without further ado, let's get into our third matchup of the evening. Technically speaking, your guys' is first. Oh, I can't believe I did that. That's a little embarrassing. Just a little bit. But shit happens. We will move on, and we'll have to adapt to that. And yes, our theme song is Batista's theme song, as it's just a theme song I always enjoyed hearing. Personally, as a wrestling fan, every time that theme song hit, I just knew we were going to see, especially when I was young and stupid, the badass motherfucker known as Batista come out. And it's still a good song. I'm actually looking forward to possibly gaining a commentary partner, which, by commentary partner, he won't be able to watch, but he will at least be able to provide another voice that you guys can hear other than my bland ass vanilla white man voice. Jordan Benjamin looking to eliminate Chris Spencer's Zero on this match as Daniel Bryan hits a headlock suplex onto Matanza. A Velveteen Dream tries to eliminate Andrew Everett, but that doesn't go as planned. Andrew Everett with an STO backbreaker Russian leg sweep combo. Jordan Benjamin whips Chris Spencer into the corner, hitting him with a haymaker, then kicking him in the leg. Goes for another kick, but Chris Spencer left enough of that shit and hits him with the belly to belly. Andrew Everett with a counter-fireman's carry as Daniel Bryan gets hoisted onto the shoulders of Matanza, who then hits a flapjack, sending Daniel Bryan crashing to the mat. Andrew Everett with an early elimination of Velveteen Dream. I am absolutely shocked. Wow. Well, back to the drawing board for Velveteen Dream after that. Daniel Bryan misses the roundhouse onto Matanza, but hits the chop. Matanza hits a knee on Daniel Bryan. Andrew Everett whips Matanza into the corner, hits him with a couple of quick chops and stomps his chest in before pressing his knee to his face. Daniel Bryan with Shelton Benjamin, places him against the ropes, and then hits a clothesline, sending Shelton Benjamin crashing into the apron, but he quickly rolls back inside before further damage from the den. And then he hits a beautiful discus forearm onto Daniel Bryan, sending him down to the mat, hitting a T-bone suplex onto Chris Masters. Chris Masters counters the power slam attempt by Shelton Benjamin as Matanza picks up Andrew Everett. Andrew Everett, though utilizing his agility, counters and whips Matanza into the corner before hitting a beautiful tilt-a-whirl head scissors as Chris Masters hits a tiger suplex onto Daniel Bryan before posing to the crowd, showing off his fucking muscles. But Shelton Benjamin has none of that shit and pulls him off the top ropes and fist first into the metal turnbuckle post. Matanza with a drop kick onto Shelton Benjamin. What agility for the big man. Matanza gets dropped like a bitch by Chris Masters as Shelton Benjamin hoists Andrew Everett up, seeking to eliminate him as Chris Masters eliminates the monster Matanza. Wow. Chris Masters right back at it again as he eliminates Shelton Benjamin. This match is already down to 3 competitors. And just as I say that, Daniel Bryan seeks to eliminate Andrew Everett. And Chris Masters decides, well, why the fuck not? I'm on a roll. I'm going to help you. And they toss out the Cruiserweight. We are down to our final 2 competitors in the blink of an eye, folks. We have the powerhouse of Chris Masters versus the technical prowess of Daniel Bryan. Chris Masters whips him into the ropes. Daniel Bryan kicks him in the face and rolls back under the ropes to get back into the match. Chris Masters hits a beautiful AA spine buster onto Daniel Bryan, picking him back up. It must be time for an elimination. But Daniel Bryan counters the elimination attempt with a beautiful fireman's carry. Daniel Bryan going for a yes kick. Yes. 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 Bueno. Like that was a pretty good hit kick for a man who has a broken friggin' neck. But Chris Masters has none of that shit and elbows Daniel Bryan in the face and then hits him with a wide variety of punches. Punching Daniel Bryan right in that nasty ass beard of his. Chris Masters goes for full Nelson Slam on Daniel Bryan. Now he stares down the little man. Why aren't you eliminating him? Pick his little goat ass up and throw him over the top rope. Why are you staring him down? Daniel Bryan walks up to the staring Chris Masters and then hits him with a T-bone suplex over the top rope, eliminating Chris Masters. Daniel Bryan wins after some bullshit 2K. Thank you for that 2K. Chris Masters was robbed. Well, there you have it, folks. That was your first. Daniel Bryan wins that 6-man Battle Royale to kind of gain some momentum here in RPW. Okay, let's see what our next match is. A match that I think could be potentially quite fun. This match is going to be pretty much an MMA UFC rules match. You have the hard-hitting Dane in Aleister Black and the Sambo Master, the Russian Vladimir Kozlov. Will it be the hard-hitting, fast-paced strikes of Aleister Black, or will it be the powerful grappling of Vladimir Kozlov that secures a victory? Oh, Let's get it underway. Oh, and here we get to see one of the most electrifying entrances today. The dark, demonic Dane. He is Aleister Black. Aleister Black has quickly made a name for himself here in RPW. We're only in our second week and his name is already worldwide acknowledged. With him, you gotta watch out for that Black Mass kick, seeking to, well, knock your head off, quite frankly. That is one move that I would never want to be hit by, let alone have a match with this man in general. He brings with him that dark presence. There's just something about him that intimidates his foes before the matchup even starts. People ask me for this matchup after noticing that we have two men who have like that MMA style training in their background and thought that this match could be something entertaining. So we here in RPW like to give the fans what they want, and well, let's make it happen. That was Aleister Black. And here comes his opponent with generic theme song number 3. He is not the ravishing Russian, but more like the ruthless Russian. He is Vladimir Kozlov. Let's skip this entrance because it is straight up garbage. Aleister Black, Vladimir Kozlov. This match is underway. 15 minutes, only knockout or submission, no penitence. Beautiful jumping knee by Aleister Black, sending Vladimir Kozlov crashing to the mat. Aleister Black taking the face of Vladimir Kozlov. Boot, meet beard. Beard, meet my foot. Beautiful diving moonsault by Aleister Black. His high-paced offense getting him set up early in this match for victory as he goes for another boot onto Vladimir Kozlov. This match is not looking good for the ruthless Russian Vladimir Kozlov early on. Aleister Black whipping Vladimir Kozlov into the corner, sets him up high on the top rope. Vladimir Kozlov finally gets a counter in, and hits him with a diving spear. Followed by a beautiful snowmare, if I say so myself, and then grabs the beard of Aleister Black, seeking to make him tap out just by beard grabbing. Oh, but Aleister Black has none of that and hits him with a counter stunner. Or jawbreaker, whatever you want to call it. Aleister Black with a quick elbow. Followed up by throwing Vladimir Kozlov off the ropes and a beautiful arm drag. Followed by a nice kick to the chest. Rolls him over. An elbow straight, or knee straight to the kidneys. Rolls him back over as he climbs the top rope. Goes Aleister Black. Aleister Black with a beautiful double front stomp from the top rope, stabbing those feet right into the ribs of Vladimir Kozlov. Vladimir Kozlov gets a counter in, hits him with an arm drag, followed by some punches, but Aleister Black, utilizing his quickness, hits him with a counter chopping off the legs, followed by a beautiful dead attack. Oh wow, this match could be over already. Aleister Black is going for that Black Mass kick. And it connects straight to the jaw of Vladimir Kozlov. And then he locks in the single leg Boston Crab, seeking to make the Ruthless Russian tap out, but of course Vladimir Kozlov isn't going to give up just yet. Using that dome of his, he bashes his head against Aleister Black's head. Punts to the crowd, picks Aleister Black up, and he's using his comeback. Forearm, power slam, punts to the crowd, picks Aleister Black up, hits Aleister Black with a picture-perfect big boot, driving him down to the mat, hits him with a nerve hold, squeezing that neck muscle. Aleister Black sweeps the leg, Vladimir Kozlov with the counter, Aleister Black with the counter. Aleister Black with a reverse European uppercut, followed by a jumping foot stomp to the ribcage of Vladimir Kozlov. Aleister Black with a picture-perfect German suplex on Vladimir Kozlov before rolling him over, climbing to the middle rope this time, calling for Vlad to stand. And Vladimir Kozlov moves out of the way at the last second before telling Aleister Black to get his punk ass up. Iron Curtain Slam by Vladimir Kozlov. Could this be it? He locks in that submission hold. That modified camel clutch. Aleister Black, utilizing his quickness, gets back to his feet in a heartbeat. Snapmare by Vladimir Kozlov and goes to a chinlock. Well, more like a strangle lock, but tomato, potato, same thing. Aleister Black back utilizing those kicks. Oh, but Vladimir Kozlov eliminates him from the Royal Rumble. Running STO by Aleister Black, driving Vladimir Kozlov into the outside mat. Vladimir Kozlov taps, but he's on the outside, so nothing comes of it. Beautiful bicycle-looking knee from Aleister Black onto Vladimir Kozlov. Vladimir Kozlov with the counter. We're at a 7 count, folks. Eight, 9, 10, 11. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot to mention. This is more like the NJPW rules, where it's a 20-second ring out. Oh, Aleister Black rolls right back into the ring, kicks the head of Vladimir Kozlov right off, and then tells him to get back up. And he goes for that Black Mass kick, but Vladimir Kozlov ducks under. And then slams him head first, crashing into the mat. Aleister Black sweeps the leg of Vladimir Kozlov. Oh, will Vlad tap out? Vladimir Kozlov is forced to tap out. The winner of this first ever MMA matchup in RPW is the dangerous, dark, demonic Dane, Aleister Black. That's a badass shark tattoo. I wouldn't fuck with a man with a shark tattoo. Alright, let's get into the next match, folks. Oh, finally, the women of RPW are represented in this matchup as we see Ember Moon fighting Michelle McCool. This match should be interesting, folks, as we have the high-flying, dangerous striker in Ember Moon versus the tall, lanky, veteran Michelle McCool, who's always looking to utilize her intelligence to gain the upper hand in a match. She also lives by the RPW motto of by any means necessary. They did not do a good job with her face. Ember Moon is actually a pretty attractive woman in the face, but they made her ugly. They made her nose too bulbous, her cheeks too chubby. She kind of looks like a way too dark Snooki. Hey, I know, Joe. I know you guys get it. But that signature move, the Eclipse, is not a move I'd like to get hit by. It's definitely creative, innovative, and dangerous. And her opponent, I don't know why all her logos have disappeared. That's kind of annoying. I'm gonna have to replace them, but here we have Michelle McCool. With Michelle McCool, you gotta watch out for those wings of love. Her signature big boot is always something to be aware of as well. This match should be fun. And this match is underway. Oh, well, we have a clean break here? Okay, clean break. Oh, another tie-up. Some chain wrestling going on. Never a bad thing. Dang, more tying up. Michelle McCool takes her back. Ember Moon counters, takes her back. Takes her down. Has her in a side headlock. Michelle McCool counters to a head scissors. Both women back standing. Michelle McCool with the grapple to a European uppercut. Goes for a kick. Ember Moon counters, drops her, takes her down. It locks in a single leg Boston Crab. Nothing comes of it. Ember Moon climbs to the middle rope. Tells Michelle McCool to get a wide ass up. And jumps right over her. How she missed her is beyond me, as Michelle McCool is like 7 feet tall. It's with a running crucifix, does Ember Moon on to Michelle McCool. Followed up by a whip into the ropes. And a backdrop. Michelle McCool counters. Hits her with a backbreaker, neckbreaker combo. Ember Moon with a stomp to the gut or chest of Michelle McCool. Then she climbs the top rope. Michelle McCool rolls away. Ember Moon hits a diving knee drop to the face of Michelle McCool and goes for the pin. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Kick to the back. Ember Moon then whips Michelle McCool onto the apron and hits her with a running spear, sending her crashing to the outside. She climbs to the apron herself, tells Michelle McCool to get back up, and she hits a running, diving head scissor onto Michelle McCool off the apron. But Michelle McCool is quick back up, gets some counters in, throwing some strikes. Beautiful back suplex. Michelle McCool looking to get back into this match as she stomps on the face of Ember Moon, looking to rearrange it like a Picasso painting. Ooh! Then she sends Ember Moon face first into the middle ring post. Picks her back up. Ember Moon throws Michelle McCool back into the ring, then slides back in herself. Michelle McCool counters the power slam and turns into a beautiful reverse DDT. Then goes for the pin. The ref's not counting. 1. Only a 1 count. Would have been at least a 2 count if the ref had been in proper position. Forearm by Ember Moon. Ember Moon whips Michelle McCool into the corner. And then hits I don't even know what the fuck to call that. A handspring forearm to the chest. Taunts the crowd. Stomps on Michelle McCool. Then Ember Moon climbs the top rope because she'd be looking for the Eclipse. She calls Michelle McCool to stand. Beautiful Eclipse by Ember Moon. Could this be it already? Rope break. Okay. Michelle McCool lucky enough to get that rope break. That veteran know-it-all. Knee drop by Ember Moon to the kidneys of Michelle McCool. Ember Moon calls for another finisher? Or just calls her to stand. She hits a beautiful springboard tornado DDT, sending Michelle McCool crashing to the mat, and then rubs and hits her with a running axe handle, I should say, followed with another knee to the kidneys. Michelle McCool's gonna be pissing blood in the morning. And then whips Michelle McCool into the corner. Then changes her mind, whips her into the other corner. And then hits her with some running knees to the gut. Followed up by a bullplex. And a pin attempt. 1, 2. Nah, Michelle McCool kicks out 2.5. Ember Moon throwing them both to the dome of Michelle McCool. Seeking to dye that blonde hair red. Whips Michelle McCool into the corner. Turns her around to face her. Oh, she misses that handspring forearm. Michelle McCool catches her and grabs her by the weave and slams her back of the head first into the mat. Michelle McCool needs to capitalize off something big as she kicks Ember Moon in the back of the head before slamming her head first into the mat 4 times. Picking Ember Moon up now. She has her up. This could be over. Faithbreaker by Michelle McCool. 1, 2. Oh, Ember Moon with a last second kick out of her own. Kicking out at 2.8 seconds. Ember Moon back to her feet. Michelle McCool quick thinking though. Hammerlock suplex by Michelle McCool. Sets Ember Moon up. Ember Moon counters the grapple, punching her in the gut. Ember Moon with a running hurricane onto Michelle McCool, goes for the pin. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Michelle McCool sends Ember Moon into the corner. Ember Moon counters. Kicks her in the gut. Gets her into the corner. Ember Moon hits the handspring clothesline. Holds her hips for a second. Takes a breather. Then climbs up to the top rope. We all know what she's looking for. She calls Michelle McCool to stand up. And she hits a second eclipse. 1, 2, 3. The winner, Ember Moon. What a battle. Respect to both competitors. Michelle McCool offers her hand. Ember Moon shakes the hand of Michelle McCool. Great respect between these two ladies. A great show of sportsmanship by these two ladies. And finally, our main event of the evening. Fatal 4-way matchup. We have the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada versus Ricochet versus Moose versus a newcomer to RPW, the best in the world, CM Punk. You know, I have to say, what a pickup is CM Punk for RPW. I mean, we just lost one of our biggest stars to free agency. A rival of Okada's, really. We lost, Kenny Omega to free agency. His contract ran up. We decided that he was asking for way too much money. And CM Punk was like, you know what? I think it's time I make my name heard in RPW. We're looking to give CM Punk that moment to let him get that spark back, that love of professional wrestling back into his heart. Get back to where he once was as the best in the world today in the art of professional wrestling. And let's get this match started. Out first, we have the aerial artist, King Ricochet. I believe he's from like Paducah, Kentucky or something like that. One of the most athletically gifted men I have ever seen. Makes me proud to have him on our roster. Out next, we have the big man. We have Moose. 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 I'm a huge fan of this guy. Like, this call might look pretty crappy. Like, those tattoos look like shit. I'm not even gonna try to lie. I will not take credit for this wrestler. The face is good, probably because it's a face edit texture thing. The attire is good. It's just like those tattoos look god awful. Like, kind of looks like he has a dick on the side of his head. Not gonna lie. I might have to make some changes to him. This man needs no introduction. He is the Rainmaker from Japan, Kazuchika Okada. One of the best Japanese wrestlers of all time, and he's still going strong. There's no doubt in my mind by the time he retires, he won't even be regarded as one of the best Japanese wrestlers of all time. He'll just be regarded as one of the best wrestlers of his time. Sure, he might not be wrestling in those other companies, the bigger companies in America, but here in RPW, we don't care where you're from. You could be from bumfuck Egypt, and you can make your name here. We don't hold anyone back. And last but not least, also coming out to generic entrance number 4, the man who turned his back on the professional wrestling world. One of the biggest pussies I've ever seen. The man who got beat in what? Under 2.5 minutes in his MMA debut, comes crawling back to the professional wrestling world, seeking to once again regain his fame. He is Phil Brooks, CM Punk. I'm a fan of his wrestling ability, but I lost a lot of respect for him after he took off to MMA, especially after he got his shit pushed in. Let's get the rest of his generic entrance. Ricochet, Moose, Okada, and Punk. This match is underway. Place your bets, folks. They're going to do one winner only. Who do you got your money on? Okada and Moose, the only 2 men standing. Moose waits for CM Punk to get back up, as Okada takes it to Ricochet. Moose with a beautiful sit out, grappling CM Punk again. Okada with a knee to the head of Ricochet. Moose throwing strikes at CM Punk before hitting him with a snake eyes fireman carry style onto the top turnbuckle. Okada decides he's had enough of Moose and hits Moose with a beautiful back suplex. Moose rolls out of the ring because he has 0 stamina, because he's like a beach whale. Okada hits a curb stomp onto CM Punk. That's what you get for stealing your moveset from Japan. Okada counters Ricochet with a beautiful reverse DDT CM Punk looks to kick Okada on the chest, but Okada catches the kick and hits him with a Dragon Scream. Moose looking to take out the legs of Ricochet, which I guess could help, as then he follows up with a big time senton. CM Punk with a beautiful springboard clothesline. Moose with a slid out two-handed choke slam. CM Punk with a running leg trip of Moose. But Moose counters with a big time hand, setting CM Punk rolling out of the match. It's down to Moose and Ricochet standing in the ring. Moose counters Ricochet with the fireman's carry. Okada's back in the match. Moose with the beautiful discus clothesline, setting Ricochet crashing for the match. Okada goes for a grapple on Moose, but Moose counters, follows it up with a grapple of his own. Lands a electric charge out powerbomb as CM Punk steals Moose's pin on Ricochet. CM Punk in his debut match for RPW gets a win in a fatal four-way match, including 3 of the other top superstars here in Renegade Pro. Wow, what a shocker. CM Punk showing his true colors of bright yellow as he slides in there like a snake, taking Moose's pinfall. Well, there you have it, folks. The second ever episode of RPW. Thank you, and have a good night.